Hello everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to the GenAI complimentary class today. My name is Jimil Joshi, and I'm going to take this session. Before I can start this session, I just want to uh, welcome all of you for this Teachnook GenAI class. Right? Uh, I want to start with my introduction basically. My name is Zimil and I'm working as an AI engineer, mainly into the generative AI and working for the cybersecurity company. So we are basically building the cybersecurity product, and there I'm using my knowledge for the generative AI, machine learning, and all these things. Apart from that, I'm into the teaching as well. I'm teaching students with the Teachnook from last, I think, 2 years. Okay, it's been a 2 years. We had so many batches with respect to the AI, ML, data science. Currently, we have started generative AI as well over here into the Teachnook. So, yeah, so far so soon. The journey was good with the Teachnook. So, yeah. So basically, today we are going to we are going to see it's so basically it's not kind of we are trying to sell something or something like that, but we are more into look about the AI, about ML, generative AI. In 1 hour session you will not get anything, right, for sure, but we are trying to cover over here that how it will help you, okay, into the any of your domain. Basically, for an example, if you are in a tech background or a non-tech background, how you can use this particular generative AI skills to improve your work. If you are in a tech, then why you should choose the career as an AI engineer. That's what the main goal for this whole conversation which we are going to do right now. Okay. So before I can start, uh, do you have any question for me? Anyone? Okay, cool. So you have any question, anything you can ask me in a chat box, or in between also you can raise your hand, unmute yourself, and you can ask the question. That is totally fine, right? So yeah, I'm not going to serve you the boring things. I don't have any PPT or something like that to show you, so don't worry about it. It's a full interactive session we are trying to make, right? So uh, yeah, ask as many questions as you want to ask. Okay. So yeah, that is totally fine. Let me share my screen over here. I hope you all are able to see this black screen. It's basically a digital board. You all are able to see this? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So let me start. Okay. So before I can start, I just want to know, anyone have any idea about artificial intelligence or a machine learning or a generative AI? Anyone have any idea? Whatever you think about the AI, whatever you think about the ML or generative AI, you can just speak that, like whatever your thoughts about it. Yeah, you can unmute or you can write in a chat box. Anything is okay. Anyone have idea? Okay, cool. So let me give you some introduction over here about the AI, right? So what is AI, right? So we all know nowadays, like it's everywhere you are able to see there is an AI, 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 but what it is, right? So We know the full form. It's artificial intelligence. Okay. And most of the definition which you have seen, right, about the AI is uh, more or less kind of people are referring it as an automation. Okay. That it will automate the work which human is doing, right? It will automate the work which machine is doing. Okay. So most of the time you have heard this kind of a definition, but I don't believe that definition is the a full definition or a correct definition for the artificial intelligence. So first of all, AI is not a technology itself. Okay, AI is a technical word which comes from different technologies. Okay, so we are basically combining the different technologies and we are creating a technical word, creating something which we are calling it as a artificial intelligence. Okay, so what all the technologies are basically creating a role over here, what all the technologies are participating to create any kind of a AI application or any kind of a AI tool or any kind of a AI hardware or software, whatever it is, right? So basically, there is multiple technologies together we are considering over here, and the very important is machine learning. Okay, so machine learning is basically a part of your artificial intelligence. It's the key uh, role we can say. Okay. Now, what is machine learning? So basically, it's just a two words you are able to see, right? Machine and learning. Okay. So what we are trying to do over here is we are trying to teach something to the machine, right? As you are coming over here into the Teachnook platform to learn something, right? And your brain is getting some of the knowledge, right? Uh, so your brain is machine over here, and whatever we are teaching over here into the Teachnook, it's the learning which we are serving, right? So basically, your brain is trying to learn something, right? So how it is trying to learn something? Basically here, if you can go to the marketing team of the Teachnook, they will give you some of the knowledge about the technologies which is booming up right now. They'll suggest you what course you have to take, something like that, right? So they are serving you the knowledge. Then you are coming to the one of the mentors, whatever the course you have selected. So Teachnook's dedicated mentors will come solve you some of the knowledge about the technology, practically, theoretically, whatever it is, right? And this data will go into your brain, right? And you are trying to learn something from that. Okay, it's a simple learning process, right? So there is so many components over here, as I told you. And end of the day, you are learning something, right? So it's all depends on what? All depends on what? The key thing over here is the data, right? Key thing over here is the data. So from the data you are trying to learn something, right? But what after learning, what I should do after learning all these things? Okay, so after learning all these things, you are going to utilize the particular skills for sure, right? And you are trying to make something into the future, right? So that's what we are trying to do as well into the machine learning. We are feeding data to the model. Okay, model over here is the machine learning model, which is based on the different mathematics algorithm. So maths involved a lot over here. Okay, maths involved a lot over here. And this model works is to predict, predict the future, right? Predict the data for the future. Okay. So this is what the whole architecture we can say, a very high level, very small architecture I have given to you. Okay. But here also there is so many small components which we have to consider. Okay. So when you have a data, right? Always, okay. So data, what do you know about the data? Anyone can tell me what is the meaning of a data? What do you understand by the data? If I'm telling you that, okay, it's a data, what is the meaning of data? Any idea? Anyone? Yeah, no. Anyone have any idea what is the meaning of data? Data means nothing but, can I say it's nothing but the information. Somebody saying property uh, of an entity. Yeah, a kind of a definition we can say. Okay. So nothing but the information, right? Do okay. So if we are talking about any property of entity or information, something like that, is there any kind of, we can say, a rule or something like that, that it should be in a this manner, or it should be in a this format? Data refers to the information that is collected, stored, and proceed. It can be in the form of a text, number, image, videos, any other type of a digital content. Yeah. Anyone else? How many forms a data have? Binary. Okay, that's the one format of the data. Okay. You're able to see something on screen, right? Whatever I'm writing, whatever I'm speaking right now. Okay. Can we consider it as a data? Yes or no? Yeah, we can consider it as a data, right? If I'm writing something that is in the video format, image format, right? Whatever I'm speaking right now, it's a audio. How audio is collected, basically, whatever I'm speaking right now, this is going through this particular microphone. Whatever I'm speaking, it is going into the wave format to my system, right? This wave format is converting basically into the binary format. It is passing through the network. You are getting it. This binary format is again converted into the array format, which is nothing but the wave format. And then you are getting the audio, right? It's not clear uh, thing that I'm speaking something and you are able to get the same thing. No, right? So there is so many processes happen in between. Okay. So just think about it, that it's a very, very niche kind of example. Whatever I'm speaking, it's your daily conversation is happening, right, with your friend on a phone, or in your office, or in your college, right? Via video call, via call. Just think about the situation, how many pre-processing layers are there, right, when the data is transferring one particular device to the another device, right? So here we have to do something beyond that. Okay, what we are trying to do, basically, we are trying to teach the system, literally a computer. We are trying to teach a computer to learn our data, and depends on this particular data, generate something or predict something new, okay, from the existing data, right? So there is so many data analysis, data pre-processing. So in pre-processing as well, there is a so many component. I would not like to go into the each and everything over here, which is basically a data cleaning, data feature engineering, you can say. So feature engineering means it's a part of a cleaning, and after you can clean the data, there is something to fill into the data. You have added something into the data, right? So these are the process as well inside the data pre-processing. You have to do the exploratory data analysis over here. You have to explore your data. You have to get to know about the data first of all. Then you have to pre-process the data. You have to clean the data. You have to add something into the data. Okay. And then finally, this particular data, which you will get after all this particular process, you will feed that particular data into the model. Okay. Now, model is the important thing over here, which is nothing but based on the mathematical algorithms. Okay. So there is a different kind of a data. For the different kind of a data, we have a different kind of algorithms, and for the different kind of algorithms, we have a different maths in the background. Okay. So After we can build the model, then we can use this particular model for any of the use case, right? So this is what the whole procedure, very high level procedure. Okay. So machine learning, this is what the whole machine learning is. It's a one part, which I told you about the maths and the algorithm. There is another part as well of the machine learning, right? This is the basic machine learning, and there is another part of the machine learning, which we can call it as a deep learning. You must be heard about it. Okay. So deep learning. Now, deep learning is depends. It's basically idea came from the human brain, how human brain works. Okay, I'll give you the scenario. Can anyone tell me how human brain works? Okay, so for an example, you are going somewhere. Okay, or let's say you are at your home. You are making something. You are making some chapati or something like that, and by mistake you are touching a pan, which is the hot already, right? What will happen from now? How brain works? Can anyone tell me? Anyone is from biology background over here? Anyone is there who is from the biology background? Okay. Uh, can you explain? You can unmute yourself and can you explain how it works? Nervous reflection. Okay. Processing information, controlling our thoughts. Okay. Neurotransmission. Okay. Help of the neuron networks will transfer into the brain. Right. Okay. How the programming language will be beneficial in AI. Well, we'll talk about it. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it. About your programming language. Plasticity. Okay, cool. So yeah, good enough. Good answers. Okay. Basically, what will happen? Okay, in your brain, basically there is a neural network. So there is something called cerebral cortex in your brain. Okay, so in the cerebral cortex, it is nothing but there is a small neurons which is interconnected with each other. Okay, now the information will pass through my hand to the brain into the cerebral cortex. Okay, and it's a very thin layer of the neurons which is interconnected with each other, right? This information will pass into this particular neurons. These neurons will try to understand that what is happening. Okay, if your mind is not working, it means your neuron will be not able to process anything, right? So this neurons will try to understand what is happening, right? So that's why you must be seeing the people, sometimes they are who is doing the drugs or something like that, their brain stop working. Basically their neurons connectivity is very slow, right? So they are not able to understand the things easily as we are able to understand the things easily, right? So basically what will happen, these neurons are interconnected, they are trying to pre-process that data. Data is nothing but the information which is passed through our senses to the brain, and then it will try to understand what is happening, right? And then it will produce an output. Okay, that output is nothing but your action. Now all these things, right, passes the information, uh process that information, uh after that getting a particular action which will be the accurate, right? And work on that action. So basically, you are taking back your hand. So all process is happening in a friction of a second, right? So how fast our brain is. So the GPU which you have right over here, okay, that is so powerful that it is able to do these things in a friction of a second, right? You don't have to wait for a 2 minutes, right? After putting a hand on a pen, then okay, it will process and then you will get the actions. And after 2 minutes, once a whole screen will be burned, you are able to take back the hand. No, right? It's just a friction of a second. So how much powerful the brain is, the GPU which you have, you know what is the value of it now, right? So yeah, so the concept came from the human brain. Okay. So the whole process which I told you, we can call it as a BNN. biological neural network. So from the same concept, we came up something with the ANN, artificial neural network. So basically, moreover, we are using the same kind of architecture with respect to the artificial neural network as well. Okay, so what is the idea is this data will pass into this neural network, which we will make by ourselves using a programming language. Although, yeah, maths is there, maths we are implementing as a programming, right? And this neural network will be able to give us the output. Okay, so here also maths is there for sure. Okay, so this is the whole process. Okay, so now this neural network also have a different version. Okay, so ANN is the very simplest neural network. After that, if you are working more with the image kind of a data, video kind of a data, you can feed it to this neural network as well. Okay, and you can learn about that particular data, image or video, whatever it is. For that, we have a different neural network which we can call it as a CNN. Okay, for a textual data, we have a different neural network, we can call it as a RNN, or the advanced version of it is the LSTM. Okay, so there is a whole different thing into the world of the AI. Okay, so it's not a one technology, right? It's a different technology, and the combination of a different technologies makes an AI. Okay, now I'll just give you the very basic high level overview of the AI. Now you must be think that okay, we are talking about the AI, but this the whole concept is basically whole background over here for this particular webinar is to into the Gen AI, right? So now what is Gen AI? Can anyone know the full form of a Gen AI? What is the meaning of Gen AI? Anyone have an idea what is that Gen over here? Any idea? Anyone? What is the Gen in Gen AI? Okay, so far so soon it is good, right? I hope you are not bored by this much technical things. You all are wake up or sleeping. Is it interesting or not, guys? Okay, somebody is saying I got one answer. Okay, what about others? You all are enjoying or sleeping? It's okay if you are feeling sleepy. Let me know. We'll do some other activity. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So basically, Gen AI, somebody have answered generative. That is correct. Okay. So generative AI. Now, what is the meaning of generative AI? We know it's artificial intelligence, right? What is generative then, right? So generative itself, you can say from the word, it is responsible to generate something, right? Okay. Now, generative AI is basically built on the concept of the AI and mainly the concept of the deep learning, which we have seen. Okay. So yeah, to learn Gen AI, you must be heard that okay, learn Gen AI in few days and get the job in Gen AI. So it's not that much simple. Okay, I want to tell you that first of all. So because there is a misconception, if you can go out right now, there is a misconception that okay, we can learn Gen AI, right? Which is very easy. It is just how to. I have seen some advertisement as well over the YouTube or something like that, and we are trying to post this teaching classes and something like that. I have seen so many ads basically on the YouTube as well that learn Gen AI, learn how to use the chat GPT, that is the generative AI basically, and it will help you to grow in your career. It will give you the salary of 1 crore, something like that. Okay. So yeah, there is so many misconception. I'm just telling that what is the misconception about the generative AI. Not telling anything right or wrong. I'm not judging anything, but I'm just telling you what is the misconception is. So I don't want that misconception as an AI engineer to the people. Okay. So yeah, to learn the Gen AI, to work with the Gen AI, you should know first of all what is AI. To know AI, you should must be know what is machine learning. And to know machine learning, you should know the mathematics and the statistics, the basic, okay, which you have already learned into the school itself. This very basic thing, deviation, integrations, right? Some of the basic maths, some of the basic algorithms. Okay, even we are using much the deviation, standard deviations, variance, mean, median, mode kind of things as well in our regular life. Okay, so that is the very basic mathematics you should do, and the very basic statistics you should know. Okay, so once you know about the AI, you should know about the machine learning, right? And then, if you can go to the generative AI, that is actual path to learn about the Gen AI. Now, why I'm telling you this? There is a reason. Okay, so generative AI. Basically, you all are aware about the one tool, basically, which is the Chat GPT. Okay, please don't write here anything. That is making. Yeah, thank you for the more. ChatGPT, you all know, right? Now, ChatGPT is the AI tool. It's AI software where you can ask the question, okay, and will give you the answer. Okay, so ChatGPT, basically, there is a model. Is it they are using is a GPT? Okay, and this GPT have a different version, right? So first it came GPT-2, GPT 3.5, then 3.5 have a different version, Turbo, 16K, all these versions. I'll tell you about it. Okay, now it came the GPT-4. Okay, so this model was only a text model. Okay, it's a text model. I'll tell you what I mean. Right? This is the with this we can call it as a multi-model. Okay, now also came Gemini. Gemini also came, right? If you know, from the Google. Google launched Gemini Pro as well. Okay, Gemini is there, right? Some of the open source model where you don't have to pay anything, which is Llama, which is from Meta. This is from Google. This is from Meta. Okay, it has also version Llama. Llama came, then Llama 2, then Llama 3 came just now on 18th April. Okay, so these are the different models we have. Apart from that, we have so many different models. Open source model from Microsoft, which is Phi 3. Then we have Zypher, which is also open source model, right? So we have a different things. ChatGPT is one of the application which came from this GPT 3.5 as of now. And if you can pay $20, you will get that GPT-4. Okay, so this is a software which they have built using this model. Okay, so it's a generative AI software basically. Okay, not actually a how the Gen AI model. It's not a Gen AI model. It's Gen AI software. Okay, so basically, what all these models are, what I'm talking about, right? So far, so soon, what we have learned over here, right, into the neural network that we can feed the data, right? And with the help of a neural network, we will make the model. Okay, these models are also basically based on some data, based on the neural network. They have fed some data and they have basically created a model, right? And they have saved it and they are giving you. Okay. Now you must be thinking that, okay, that's so simple, right? Then whatever we talked about. Okay. But it's not only about the ANN. It's not only about the RNN. Okay. So there is a lot many things in between. Okay. So if you will get the time, sometime, okay, there is something called transformers architecture. So you must be, you will be not able to understand anything, but just look into that. Okay. Just look into that. Let me show you. Let me show you the image, okay, of this transformers architecture. The architecture itself is like uh, difficult to understand, basically. So these models are basically based on this transformers architecture, where inside we are using this RNN and everything, right? Okay, let me share this. So, this is the architecture. Okay. Now you are not able to understand anything from here. Okay. But this is the input. You should just look into this. Okay. This is the input, this is the output. So wherever you are giving any kind of a prompt in your chat GPT, okay, the process will start from here, okay, from this input. Okay, it is going from all these layers over here and it will give you the output. Okay. Now you have to understand all these layers what it is. You have to understand all these layers what it is. Then only you will be able to understand the GenAI. Okay, cool. But looks like a complex, but it's not if you will start learning from the scratch. Okay. Uh, Here, basically in Teachnook, what we are doing is we have a different courses. Okay. So we have a ML, we have AI, we have a Gen AI. Okay. These are the different courses, and we are trying to cover basically all these things. Right. I'm not promoting for sure, but just telling you how we are skilled, basically how we are used to um, do the courses. Okay. The reason is like, okay, if you will go somewhere, okay, XYZ, uh, you will get lot many things together. Okay. So AI, ML, data science, data analytics, Gen AI. I'm not able to understand that how the whole things are packed up. Okay. Uh, Never able to as well. But yeah, so we are basically kind of a different architecture following, because the architecture which we are deciding, right? Like who is into the industries, who is working currently. It's not like that. So all of us, like who is in the teach no, who is teaching as well, we all are working. Okay. So we are not basically someone who left our jobs years ago, 3 years ago, something like that. We don't know about the current stage, what is happening. So it's not like that. We all are working. I'm also working, right? And in our meantime, we are taking classes on the weekend or in the night time. So basically my class is happening every time 8 to 10, because my schedule is a little bit busy. So I'm always preferring and telling to the teaching team that I would take only after 8 o'clock. So that's what is happening over here. So yeah, although what I'm trying to tell you is basically we are trying to cover this things over here. Okay. So through this webinar, basically we are trying to tell you that what we are doing, right? And how we are awareing the people, how GenAI basically is. Because if I can see into the market right now, I'm very disappointed, because the reason is uh, people are making fun sometimes. I'm thinking like that they are of the technology. It's not that much easy that people are thinking, right? Because if it is like that okay, if you can learn once, just an hour or something like that, you will be pro and you will get the job of a 1 crore rupees. That's totally fake, right? That's it's something like you are disappointing the peoples, you are disappointing the tech. Do you know how many years this OpenAI took to build the GPT model? They're working from past 16 years and they came up with the model. All the big companies are working from the last several years and they came up with this technology, right? And yeah, so that's what the happening. Google is trying to making a brain from last 20 years, 20 to 25 years. Google brain, you have heard about it. They're trying to make something, a Google brain which is more powerful, which is able to do anything you want, right? They are working on this technology from 25 years. They are not still um, able to get that, right? Why? Because there is so many maths involved, there is so many new things involved. You have to learn each and every parameter, and then only you will be able to do a particular job with respect to the particular technology, right? If we all are able to do the job, right, after with very less kind of attention and very less investment of the time. So it's not like that. To get a simple job as well, an accountant job, not a simple job for sure. Accountant job is not a simple job, but where you have to basically manage the finance, right? You don't have to use any tech over there, sure, but basically you have to manage the finance, you have to learn the finance, and you can apply the finance, right, into the system. So similarly, tech is like that only. If you want to go and do the job in AI, you have to understand each and every parameter from the scratch, and it will take years and years to learn the things, right? Even to get a job as a fresher. Okay. So you can't expect that, okay, you will get it in a few days, right? It is a very hard and long process you have to follow. Yeah. So basically, that's what the technology is. This I want to aware about. I'm not scaring you that it's difficult. It's not difficult at all. Anything is not difficult if you are doing it from the the constant mind. I I told you, like, 2 years, so many batches, and basically so many students have placed, like, um, they got the job as a machine learning engineer, got job as an AI engineer. So many people are connected with me, talking with them, I think on a weekly basis, something like that. Okay. So it's not hard basically. Okay. But you have to give an attention. And I'm always telling to my students to give an attention into the class. Basically, whatever I'm writing right now, see, I don't have any PPT. I'm always teaching like this only. Okay. So I'm always telling them to, write everything, because if you can write, then you are sorted. You don't have to go again to the lecture and you have to understand anything. Okay. Yeah. If you will come, I'll tell you the strategies and as well. Don't worry about it. Um, Yeah. So this is the. I will come to your question. I'll come to your question. Okay. I'll. I have other question as well from you. I'll cover it. Don't worry. Okay. So this is the transformer architecture I was talking about, right? This transformer architecture, based on this architecture, most of the model are built. Okay. There is very small things into inside this as well, because every model is not same. There is something. Okay. But they are trained on the billion and trillions of the parameters. 16 billion parameter is we have with the GPT 3.5. 16 billion. Yeah. 16 billion parameters we have. 16 billion parameters means they learn from the various dictionary, various texts, various internet sources, feed it to this model, and now that's why a model is able to respond. And there is so many things in between as well. Okay. So how we can do this? Basically, we have to learn into the AI how this model is basically built. But now the part you are able to see outside, that you don't want to learn how to build it, but how to use this, right? That is also a technique. That is also not easy, that you can just use ChatGPT for everything. No, you can't use ChatGPT for the latest data. If you can see the knowledge of the ChatGPT, it is restricted to 2022 September. Yeah, I think September only. So because it is feeded to till that date only. Okay. And it will be not responsible for your each and every question of each and every domain. If you can ask the question related to the healthcare, you will get the answer, but you will not get the answer into the details, right? So that's why now you have to learn how to use this model, okay, for your particular use case. Okay. So for an example, you want to make a chatbot for your particular use case. You have a, for an example, you have a 100 documents which is related to the healthcare research paper, right? Now you don't have a time to go through the all 100 papers, and you just want the summary of the each paper in a very good way, right? So you have to create a summarizer tool basically using this particular model. You want to do the conversation with that particular document. You have to ask some question regarding to that particular document, and you want an answer from that particular document itself, not from anywhere else, from the internet or something like that, right? So you have to use this particular model. You have to create a kind of a code which can help you to do that, right? And there is a lot many use case. Do you know there is one CEO came, I think, in the latest Shark Tank, if you have seen. His job, I don't know, I don't remember, but his work is very simple. He is just building some news summarizer. Do you know that? His company is basically doing some news summarization. Okay. So basically, news summarization, it came as a Facebook page and they built a company of, I don't know, 500 billion or something like that. Um, yeah, but this kind of applications you can make with this particular model in just few lines of code. Okay. But for that, you have to learn the technology, right? I'm not telling you that now you can also build and you can also get the company of the $500 billion. No, it's not possible now because yeah, things are very changed in the last 5 years, right? But I'm telling you that we can build so many use cases which can help you in your technical background. If you want to go really into the tech, then the whole thing is important for you. But if you are in a non-tech, let's say you are a content writer, you're doing the job as a content writer, you have, you know, some use case. On that use case you need a particular content. Now you must be telling me that okay, we'll feed some data to the gpt, right? To the chat gpt, we'll tell him okay, that give some instruction and we'll get whatever the content we need from the chat gpt, right? But is it accurate? It will be not, right? Because it's not totally aligned with your use case, right? So you must be learn that how to use this particular model itself, not a software like a chat GPT or something like that. How to use this model. For an example, let's say I'm taking this particular model, GPT model. Okay. Okay. Let me give you some basic architecture. Let's say you have your own documents, which is the PDF. Okay. PDF or text, anything. You have your SQL database. Let's say you have databases. Okay. A data in database, you have a data. Some data are there. You have some images. You have some URLs. Let's say you have some URLs, something like that. Any of this particular structured and unstructured data. Okay. Now you will take all this particular data. You will take all this particular data. Okay. Feed to your model. Feed to your model. The model itself we are using GPT. Okay. And from this particular model, you can use or you can create a use case like a conversational chatbot. Let me give you some example. Okay. Let's say tomorrow you are going to open a company. Okay. Uh, Basically, your company is a product-based company, right? And you are building any product, right? Now you don't have any support team. You don't have any finance as well. Okay. For the support team, okay, what you will do? Any idea? Let's say you have a product. Okay, you have a product team. Okay, you have a R&D team as well who can do the research and development, but you don't have a support team to support your customers. Okay, now your customers should know, right, that what is the product, and if is there any problem in your software or something like that. Customer, we have to solve to the customer, right, after the selling the product. What you will do? Any idea? You don't have a support team at all. Nobody can call, right? Nobody can ping or nobody can mail as well. You don't have a resources to support your customers. The customer will go, right? But what you can do instead of getting a support team? What we can do? Any idea? Come on, man. Like you all are from, I think, Gen Z, right? I'm also basically, but yeah, our brains are basically thinking much. Don't know in a right way or wrong way, but yeah, they are thinking much. So, uh, anyone have an idea? 48 people. Anyone have an idea? What should I do? Hmm? Do you know what support team is doing, right? Okay, let me answer because I have to answer some questions from you as well. Okay. So what we can do? We can use the chat GPT, right? A GPT model, right? We can create our own chat GPT who can, able to respond live. Your customer will come at 2 a.m. and he will just ask a question. You have a bot which can respond. from the documents and data what you have. Okay, you let's say you don't need it. You don't need a chatbot. You need a person who can actually call or actually on the call and explain. Okay, build a voice bot, right? We can just add one parameter over here of the voice. So whatever the response input and the response is coming, we can convert into the voice, integrate it as a phone call, and we can do it, right? Looks easy, but yeah, not at all. But yeah, we can do it, right? So there is so many solutions you can make from it. Okay. So that's what you have to learn basically, that how to use these models. Okay. So not simple as how to ask the GPT. No, it's not. It's a time taking process that called a prompt engineering. And prompt engineering is basically involves so many things. We'll get the time someday else, and I'll explain those parameters as well. Okay, but so there is a cool different things are going on. But this is what the base is, and I hope I'm able to serve you some better knowledge. Yes or no? Okay, I have some questions first. Let me answer those questions. If you have any question, you can ask me, okay, over here in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself as well. We have a 10 minutes, so don't worry. Okay, so somebody was asking that what a three-tier college student should do as a good job. Okay, very common question, and you don't have to worry about it from which college you are. Don't think about in which college you are. If you have a skills, there is so many companies into the market who will get you in any of the domain. I'm not just telling it you should go into the AI, should go into the ML, you should go into the Gen AI. No, I'm not telling you that. Whatever you want to do as a tech job, as a non-tech job, if you have a skills and if you are able to, figure it out yourself from the 100 people are row into the interviews, then you will get it. But you have to find it right. That what's the different skill I have. Okay, what's extra I have that people can have, right? So don't worry about the college. That is misconception, and I don't know why people are, no doubt for sure that if you are from the IIT, NIT, right? Maybe you have some more benefits than the people from the other colleges. Okay, but reality is very different. Like the IIT people who is working, they're working for the 18 hours, 20 hours, and they are ending up with the suicide. So that's not a way of life to live. Okay. So don't worry about your college. Just focus on yourself. That's it. Maintain CGPA, internship, nothing matter. You have a skill, then it's good. CGPA is nothing. Just go and after one job, no one will ask you what is your CGPA after 1 year of experience. Just focus on the practical thing. I will share internship, do internship, but learn from the internship, not to do just for a certificate. Okay, do internship, but learn from the internship. That's it. Okay, you should have a practical and theoretical knowledge whatever you are doing. Is LLM related to this? It's LLM. Basically, the text is nothing but the language, large language model. So Gen AI models are different, basically vary into the different things. If it is a text, which is GPT, I forgot to tell that. Okay, I didn't get the time. So if it is a text, basically here I have tried about the text return, right? Text is basically, we can call it as a LLM, large language model. Okay, multimodal is basically supporting text, audio, images, videos as well. Okay, if it is only Delhi 2 from the OpenAI, it's video or image based. So we can call it as a LVE, large vision model. Okay, LVM, sorry, large vision model. Okay, multimodal is on basically a multimodal text, audio, image, everything it is supporting. So yeah, it's LLM basically. GPT LLM, Llama is LLM. I think is LLM only. Okay. Uh, we'll basically use the Python. Python is the programming language which we are using mainly. Okay. Okay. Anyone have any other question for me, guys? You have still 5 minutes. You can ask me the question, whatever the questions you have. Also, like if you have any questions about the Teachnook and the courses as well, you can ask. Okay. And you can just go to the Teachnook. support@teachnook.com is the mail. You can call them to the Teachnook people as well. Like uh, if you have any course related thing, any particular website to learn LLM for free, you'll get so many things to learn about the LLM for free. So there is no any single website. Like you can just go and read about the blogs, whatever the LLMs are, right? Go into the official website of that particular model, like a llama or something like that. Didn't get the access of LMS portal and not got the allotment later yet. Okay, so I think for this issue, you can just mail them on support@teachnook.com, or you can just call them once, right? Uh, you'll get your answer for sure. This is also one form we have, which is the feedback form about the session. How was it? Okay, so you can just feel it. But yeah, I just want to know from you guys, how was the session? Are you able to learn something? Are you feel that your 1 hour which you have invested over here, it's a worth? What do you think? How was it? I didn't get. I have not given any name of the website. Just go read the blogs. That's what I'm telling everyone. How what's your opinion, guys? How was it? How was the session? Are you able to learn something? Okay, 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 yeah, thanks. Okay, yeah. So I think I'm done. If you have any question or anything, you can ask, right? If you need more information about the course as well, you can just contact to the Teachnook marketing team, or you can just mail on support@teachnook.com. They will respond you. Okay. Uh, yep. Thanks. Thanks. That's what the motto is basically, to give you a good idea about the AI and give you the basic idea of the Gen AI. Basically, this is what the motto was, because I have seen so many things going on about the Gen AI. I don't like it personally, because that's what the technology I'm working on, and I don't see my technology to ruin that. Okay, so yeah, that's why to have you know a good idea about it, that what is the technology that is important, right? If you're learning it or not, that's not uh, a matter of issue, but you should know about the tech. Cool then. I think I'm done. Yeah. Uh, Good audience. I also enjoyed the session. As well. Hope to see you guys into the classes as well, into the upcoming classes, right? Uh, yeah. So basically, taking classes the weekdays 8 to 10 depends on what you are opting for AI or you are opting for ML, opting for Gen AI depends on that. Okay, but mostly yeah, all the classes on the weekdays it is happening after 7 only, 8 to 10. That's in between this time basically. So yeah, it not be problem for you if you have a college or something like that. That is we have sorted out. Because I have also work right to do. So yeah, cool guys. Let's meet. I hope we'll meet you guys soon, right? Into the sessions, and yeah, that's great to learn about the things. Cool. Bye everyone. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend. Just make sure before you left, please fill the form, right? So we can able to understand that what was your response towards the class. So just please fill this form before you can go. I'm again sharing the link. Okay. So yeah, just fill it once.